Many people are suffering with gastric reflux. Gastric reflux is, honestly, I don't even want to know what the percentage is these days of people suffering, but it is due to many of the diets, some of the living on the fast lane, fast-paced lifestyles, picking up kids, a lot of things on our shoulders. We're supposed to accomplish 20 things in 1 hour. Basically, it creates what I would call a fight or flight. The body shuts down, and then we feed it something it doesn't recognize, you know, Big Macs, you know, those kind of things. So gastric reflux is simple. The digestive tract has been traumatized or disrupted, and it cannot do the process all the way through. It ends somewhere in this churning mixture. So with that, I can talk real briefly about gravitational forces and how our bodies should be in the gravitational force of Michigan, which means we spin clockwise. When there's a trauma, you could be in an accident, you could have a high-stress career, you could trip and fall, listen to rock and roll with an offbeat. Those kind of things can actually set our body backwards. It will take our rhythm of clockwise and agitate it enough to make it flip the wrong direction. If you've ever seen water go through a drain, watch it go through a drain counterclockwise. We have a water fountain. Our bodies are no different. Any kind of trauma can create our body to flip backwards. Great secrets, simple, at home, free, no pills. We have a point, the ileocecal valve, and we have this fancy little acupuncture point site here that we can re-flip our body. I've had many a gentleman say, I think I know what a hot flash is now. Because the minute the circulation is going backwards, we get pale, we get constricted, and we don't feel well. The minute we address these, and it's immediate, maximum 5 minutes between these two, you will suddenly turn the body around and the blood will circulate, and honestly, you go from a pallor to these pink cheeks. And that's what gastric reflux is. It's just bringing acids back up. Waste product are acidic, stomach acids come back up with it, and therefore we have the burning in the throat. Very simple, very simple. The only time that there might be a controversy with it is if there really is a damaged valve. There's a little bit more to that secret, but damaged valves can be repaired also. Well, there's over-the-counter, you know, remedies that they say, and many people say it helped me. I've never been the same since. You know, these are a blessing. The key is that the resolution and the solving of the true problem never really occurs. We can control stomach acids and do the pills and take the acidity out of the throat and try to calm it down in the stomach. But what happens when you want to eat again? The stomach has reset its acid level, and now how is it supposed to do what it naturally does by breaking down the food in that process with the high acidity? So therefore, now we can have a problem with malabsorption, not getting the nutrients we need, because by the time the stomach releases this into the small intestine, and that's where absorption occurs, the food is too big. Much of it will not be broke down to the level that it can make it through the cells and the cellular walls in order to be absorbed as nutrients. You see that with a lot of people that do the gastric bypass. The biggest area for absorbing or resorbing some of these nutrients is at the top part of the small intestine. And when that is taken away, we have other issues that come. You know, every time we think we fix something, we break something else, and that's pretty classic. But now we're not being able to absorb the nutrients, and so we're tired. And we're always hungry. And then when we think we're trying to solve our eating behaviors, we're craving more because we don't know how to solve the craving. And now we're getting all kinds of different infusions, and I've listened to so many through the journey with a little bit of the package deal of going back to neuroemotional technique. Why are we overeating in the first place? And dealing with what the repercussions are afterwards with absorption, always the rest of your life dealing with that. I mean, you know, everything has a checks and balance, and the minute we start messing with nature, we usually will shut off something that keeps the checks and balances going. So now we may no longer have gastric reflux, but boy, what's next with the intestines? What's next with diverticulitis and colitis and the things that keep us from a real life? So it's always a trickle down. You can ask me questions on just about anything that we deal with our health. And as long as there's not a physical underlying, true broken anything, I do believe that it can be repaired with understanding and an approach of making it be aware again, making your body know what's happening there again. When acids are taken down, it can't do what it was supposed to do. Something's not right.